Me and the lads were like, what should we do today? So we thought, I'll tell you what, let's have a little venture. So we decided to come over to South Wales, one of my favourite marks around. For the species of fish you get off here, that some beauties come off here in the past, and I've had some half decent sessions up here. Not the biggest of fish, I've never had the monster off here, but I've had always also good numbers, and that's what we've come up here today for. Joining me for the trip, Jedi Will Ansari, and on the line with Edward Royley. And today we're going to try and target a blonde, a small-eyed off this venue. So let's get it on. A wise Welshman always told me, big baits, big fish. Look at that.
Rig of choice today is a pulley rig. Now, I would never normally use a pulley rig this size. I am 6 feet tall. Well, this must be about 4 foot, 4.5 foot. I mean, it's a very big pulley rig. But I've been told it's what they use here, and this is the bait. Apparently they use very big baits. Don't you can pick that up, but that's a full squid on a 4.5 foot pulley rig. Let's send out and hopefully pick up that big blonde. Well, you can see the size of the baits we're using today. Big baits, big scent. Water's nice and coloured. And hopefully we're waiting for those ratchets to just scream off now. Just had a little tap tap, so hopefully it's a rainbow. Right, I've just had a little bite. Nothing massive, just a couple of little jingles, but I'm here watching the rod now, and hopefully waiting for a nice slack line to work for it to fold over. Let's hope it's a ray.
Just had a nice pull down on the whole squid bait. Waiting for that ratchet to go now. Whether it's settling over. Got a 5/0 hook on the bottom, Predator Extra with a 5/0 Chinyu on the top. Hook point's nice and proud. Hopefully it's not a dogfish. Get a few rays along this stretch of coastline at the moment. I won't say where we are out of respect for anglers that's brought me where I am in the past. There we go. Shall we have a look then, boys and girls?
He's had a nice pull down on his rod. And we're hoping he's into a fish. He's just come down to the water's edge. So on a bit of a drop off here.
Have to wait for him to go down because...
And he's just waiting to pull into it now. He's waiting for another good sign that the fish is there. Here he goes now, he's winding down. Keeping tension on that rod. Just waiting for that little knock for that pull over. Or possibly even a slack line, he'll have to catch up then, but here he goes.
Crabs.
And it looks like he's missed it. Well, sometimes that's the thing with fishing.
It's the way the cookie crumbles.
Never bite. Yeah?
Something there, mate.
What?
There's something there.
Do you want to go down, Will? You probably have to go that way, mate.
I don't know. Dog, innit? Yeah, dogfish.
First fish of the day.
Well, there we are. Not the best of starts to the day, but it's one of the pests we've got to put up with while we're out targeting the big fish. Little dogfish here. I'll take the hooks out, get it back in the tide. Rig I'm using today is a long pulley rig, and I'm actually using this Icon Power Monster Alshima catfish line, 0.80mm. And it's 63 kilos, so I believe it's about 120 pounds in strength, breaking strength, which is ideal for using off the rock marks, and especially for trace lines if you're coming up over the rocks and out with big fish on. So that's the reason I'm using that today. Pulley rig, Seacast lead, 6 ounce, breakaway imp, go into a Gemini swivel link clip, long trace, a bead, power swivel, a bead, a power swivel, and then exactly the same, long trace, 5.0 Chinyu Cox and Raw and a 5.0 Predator Extra. We'll bait this up now with a sand eel and squid bait. Just head and tail the sand eel. Some of the man's best friend bait elastic. Just going to put that right down through the top of the hook, and then what I'm going to do is lay this squid over the back, and then get my bait elastic, get him so he pulls tight, always making sure the hook point is proud. There's a few anglers up on the right hand side of it where we are today. You'll get rays all along the South Wales coast, especially small eyes, thornbacks, spotteds, blondes, some of the best ray fishing in the whole of the UK. Having said that, most of the time you can go on forums and that and find the venues. I said before today, I won't be saying where I am today, just out of respect for the guys what brung me here many years ago. Always respect your fellow anglers. So I'm going to bring the top hook down, I'm going to bring that out through the opposite way, pull tight, bring my bait elastic right the way around, so I've got a hook point at the bottom of the bait and the top of the bait, bit of scent, and that's it. A wise Welshman always said to me, big baits, big fish. So some of the size baits I've seen the guys over here putting out, and see the size of the fish they're pulling in, so goes to show. It's a lot different this side than it is that side of the Bristol Channel. Over our side it's a lot of reef marks and beaches. This end has got a lot of rock venues, which if you go to the North Devon side of the Bristol Channel you tend to get a bit more of the rock venues, but one of my favourite marks this is in the whole of the UK. I really enjoy fishing it. I've had some really good sessions when it's been a lot rougher. It's very flat today, which is perfect for rays really, but the small I'd always seem to like a bit more of the choppiness, as Will was saying the other day we were on the beach.
Well, Andy's managed to get himself into a fish, not quite sure what it is.
Oggy, I think, or an eels. Oggy.
And there's another dogfish. Is
that boy there? I'll show you. Show you when I look at him. We don't like to try and hurt them. I know they're a pest, but what's so nice seeing him go back there. He's took the whole bait right down, and my top hook's a Chinyu, which is always a nightmare. Hell of a strong hook, so I like to use it. So I had the turbo on the other day on the top hook, and it gives me the reliability in the top hook as well, because
also stopped them swallowing it and getting it right down their throat and
yeah,
harming them so bad.
As you see now, yeah, I've got the hook point there. So what I try to do is get to the side of the mouth and then bring him round like so. So that way you can just pull him out.
Just like that.
And what I'll do now, I'll walk down to the rocks and we'll get him back to fight another day. Me and Eddie went to a mark just on the outskirts of Plymouth, where I know fishes towards the end of the year, and just as it's starting to get cold or anything and they start coming in to feed up on the sand eels, and you've always got a chance for a biggie. And my previous best then was 12.4, and this night me and Eddie went out and took Paul Inch out as well, and the venue of fishing, you've got to blast them, you've got to literally. And when I'm was fishing it, I've got like a rock in behind, so I can use like a really low, long drop, and literally blasting a 5-ounce lead to the horizon. Me and Eddie were fishing that night, and Eddie had one as well, and his fish come across the bay and in towards the rocks, and as he was keeping it up, unfortunately he lost a hook on him. But about 20 minutes after that, just coming back off of low water, completely flat, moon shining down on us, and me and Eddie stood there and just watching the rod tip just slowly going like that and then slowly going over. Rod in hand, felt it, brung the rod down, felt the pull, straight back up, rod killing over. Just on 13 pound, wasn't it?
That was a good fighting fish, wasn't it?
Good fighting fish, 13 pound smalleye. That would be the one that stands out for me. That's going to be a fish which is going to be hard to beat for me Trying to get a £13 smalleye is a good
On our
fish.
coast anyway.
Yeah.
Now,
on our
then, just for your
coast.
viewers that don't know, what rig were you using that night and what bait were you using?
I only use a pulley drop down rig most of the time.
So pulley dropper?
Pulley dropper around 4.5 foot. Depending on the tide, I normally change it throughout the tide there. As it comes down to below water and the tide slackens off, I might go for about a 5 foot trace, but normally 3.5 to 4 foot just for the tide and lets him. I've had some amazing fish down there. I've had good pollock and rough weather down there. It's yeah, and sand eel. Sand eel was always my #1 bait. To be fair, I know Will likes to use a baiting needle, but I likes to put him on and like as you put the sand eel in and out, and then pull him back up so the actual hook's in the sand eel, pull right down, hook out proud, and always use the top hook as well. The Chinyu hook is by far one of the best hooks to use as a top hook. Very strong hook, and half the time you will find that is the one what hooks the fish. Because when they're swallowing it back down, that's going straight up into the lip, and a Chinyu will go in and not move, where a Predator Extra at times, depending how the fish has took it, can come out of it on you, but that was my best small-eyed braid trick. Blondes, my biggest tip for catching blonde ray would be make sure you got your ratchet set. Make sure you got your ratchet set, because when they take off, the initial take will pull your rod off the stand and into the water. I know guys who've lost their rods from doing it. They're so much stronger and they just run with it. A small-eyed tends you get a nice pull down and it will sit there. Depending what tides you're fishing and that, I would suggest you setting the ratchet as well.